Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching. Today we're going to be doing a look with the new Anastasia Master Palette by Mario makeup tutorial. This palette is beautiful. If you have it, you know what I'm talking about. It is amazing. And we're going to be starting off with this big fluffy brush by Sigma with Isabel as our first transition color, and I'm going to be concentrating this in my crease but very lightly blending it out. With this brush, it's perfect for blending, let's just put it that way. So more at the outer corner, what I'm doing right here is kind of very light-handed, flicking it out kind of, just to make it sure it's really blended out. And I'm going to be using a lot of windshield wiper motions and circular motions, which I find to personally help a lot with blending out eyeshadows. And the next color we're going to use is Violetta. I'm guessing is how you pronounce it. You guys know I'm awful at pronunciation, clearly, and I did not realize how pigmented this color was. But I'm keeping this on the outer corner of my eye. I patted it just a little bit on the outer corner and then slowly blending it out. And then what I did here was I was very light-handed for most of the blending process, just to make sure it would blend nicer. And then I go back with the brush that we used beforehand to further blend them together. And as you can see right here, I'm doing it very, very light-handed. We're going to be doing a halo eye, so I'm going to lightly pat it in the inner corner of my eye, and very lightly, like we're going to be doing in this video, is blending it out just to make sure it doesn't look like we have like a black eye going on. So blending it out and slowly bringing it in, but just to kind of create like that rounded halo eye look. So these eyeshadows were super easy to blend. This palette, I mean, colors are beautiful. Anastasia palettes, hands down, are like one of the best palettes ever. Make sure you're taking your time and blending the colors together so they're seamless. And then I'm going to be taking this NYX olive pencil and putting this as the base for the eyeshadows that we're going to be using on top. And I'm going to blend it out a little bit with this MAKEUPGEEK foil brush. And we're going to start with Claudia, which is like a very pretty blue, which looks a lot more blue on camera than it actually is. And we're going to be putting this in the inner and outer corners of the eyes, and we're going to blend it out with the tiniest amount of Violetta to blend it into the crease. And I'm going to be using a pencil brush for this, just so it's more precise in the inner corners. We're just going to be blending the edges just so there are no harsh lines. And I will go over with just the tiniest amount of Claudia once again to pack the color again in case we blended it out too much and we lost color. And then the next color we're going to be using is Bronze, and we're going to concentrate this pretty much all over the lid. It's gonna supposedly go on the center of the lid, but I blended into Claudia. Then at the end I will be using whatever is left on my brush of Claudia and blending that into Bronze, just so the colors are blended together. And I will go in again with the Sigma brush that we used with Violetta and further blend the colors just so they're seamless. And I'm going to get this self-made palette from Anastasia as well and use Buttery as my brown bone highlights. And then we're going to be using Plum Maria, which is my, oh my god, my absolute favorite. And I'm going to be using the Sigma brush, flat definer brush, to put down Violetta on underneath my eyes. And then we're going to grab a pencil brush and we're going to grab NYC, and this is how we're going to blend out Violetta to add a little cranberry, you know, tone to the lower lash line. And for the inner corner highlight, we're going to be using Hollywood, which is not super bright, but it adds just a little, you know, hint of something something. For lashes, we're using Divine Lashes Estelle, and for lips, we're using Ashton with a little bit of pure Hollywood in the center. And that's the whole look, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Rock it for fall, because these are my favorite colors for fall. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.